Today I read a shocking article coming out of Dothan, Alabama. A Henry County newspaper reported that in the 1990s, dozens of white police officers illegally planted drugs on African-American suspects to ensure convictions. Here's what the article said. On Wednesday morning, a shocking article published by the Henry County Report took flight on social media. It said that as many as a dozen police officers in Dothan, Alabama, all members of a white supremacist organization, had spent years during the 1990s systematically planting drugs on young black men while law enforcement officials, including the local district attorney, protected them. The racist campaign had resulted in nearly 1,000 wrongful convictions, the article said, and many of the innocent people who had been ensnared in the trap were still in prison, while the lieutenant who had overseen the group of rogue officers had become Dothan's chief of police. So this is for all the white Americans who said that racism don't exist. See, now far too often somebody who looks like me gets pulled over and is either wrongfully convicted or sometimes murdered. And when they end up in jail, how are you so sure that what they're convicted of, they actually did? Because I've seen a lot of times where black men go to jail and they say, it wasn't me, or that wasn't mine, they planted that on me. And the media says, look, you're in jail for a reason. You got arrested for a reason. But this is what happens. Now you look at in Dothan, Alabama. Now, some whistleblowers in this particular case, they said that they rode with these particular officers for a number of months and they would have drugs or guns in their cars that they wouldn't report to the police department, because what they would do is, on any given day, if they would pull somebody over and they just felt like, I want to get a criminal charge today, I'm going to say this weed belongs to him. I'm going to say this pistol belongs to him. But they would never report it. They would never report it. They would just continue to use the same bag of weed, the same gun, to say, this is why I arrested the suspect, because he had a gun on him or he had this weed on him. But they would never turn the weed over. And the police chief was covering for him because he never asked for it. That's how crazy this is. This is how crazy this is. I'm telling y'all, there is nothing we could do as black people, as brown people in America. There's nothing we could do to deal with these racist police officers. To white America telling black people racism does not exist, what does this mean? How can you read this article on the slate.com and not feel like, man, this is really an imbalance? You know, these people are really unfairly targeted. How can you? Because right now, as the article said, a lot of these people are still in prison, which means they got 10 to 15 to 20 year sentences. These people are still in jail. So if they weren't criminal before, they're criminal now, right? Because they've been in this system for so long with violent people. And if you read the article further, and I really encourage y'all to read it, if you read the article further, it says that most of these convictions were the people who did not have a prior criminal record. A prior criminal record. That's why it scares me as a black man to know I could be driving home one day from work or taking my kid to football practice and I can get pulled over and the cop could throw some weed in my car and I'm out of here just like that. And the media is going to believe them because I'm a black man. You see the picture that the media has painted about black people? If white says he's a criminal, then he's a criminal. And that ain't fair, man. And that ain't fair. And anytime I do these videos, I always try to think of a solution at the end. But, you know, it's kind of hard now because we're living in a system of white supremacy and it's hard. You know, that police department, that's a hard system to crack because, you know, it goes so deep. It goes way deeper than what we think. And, you know, I think the only way we can really combat the system is to get more African-American cops on the police force and make sure they're honest. Keep them honest, because we know that when they get in these positions of power, a lot of times they're persuaded for promotion, for money, or they're threatened to go along with the status quo. And we can't keep having that, because if my wife or my mother or my brother or my cousins go out and get pulled over and I get the call that, hey, so-and-so is dead or so-and-so is in jail for X, Y, and Z, I know they wouldn't do that. That's all complete nonsense, man. It's all complete nonsense. And until we start recording everything we see and everything that happens, they're going to continue to say one thing and do another. They're going to continue to say, I feared for my life, I was in danger, and I had no choice but to pull the trigger. They're going to keep playing drugs on us. They're going to keep throwing us up and locking us away. They're going to keep making sure that our young men and our young women grow up with no fathers. They're going to keep making sure that our women become single mothers. Therefore, they depend on the system to survive and get by. All right? And today, we got to stop that. Right? Today, we got to stop that. To all my brothers and my sisters that are headed to college or who don't want to go to college, looking to get into law enforcement. Because we need more African-American law enforcement officers. We need more African-American teachers. We need more African-American everything. That's why I say in all my videos, I think everybody who's African-American should learn about being an entrepreneur. Always. When you own your own, you ain't got to ask nobody for nothing, all right? Real talk.